Welcome back to Smoke Barbecue Source. I'm Ricer, and we've got a ton of requests to compare these two pits. Traeger Ironwood XL versus the Weber Smokefire Stealth Edition. This year in 2023, Traeger came out with two newly upgraded Ironwood models. The XL cost $1,999. The Stealth is Weber's third version of the Smokefire and comes in at $1,499. Obviously, there is a price difference between these two pits, but let's see how they match up head to head. And then you can decide which one works best for you. When it comes to build quality, both of these pits are pretty dang solid. The Weber weighs 204 pounds. It's 55 inches long, 47 inches tall, and 33 inches deep. The Weber Stealth, it's enamel coated and it's a really nice paint job. But the chamber, it's only single walled, but it does have these little inserts on both ends of the chamber. The Stealth has a total of 1,008 square inches of cooking space, with 648 on the main bottom grates and 360 on the top warming rack. These grates, they're made out of plated steel. The Ironwood weighs 243 pounds. It's 70 inches wide, 48 inches tall, and 25 inches deep. The Traeger Ironwood is powder coated and the cooking chamber is double walled. This helps with heat retention during those cold winter months. It has 924 square inches of cooking space, 594 on the bottom with 330 on the top warming rack. But with the warming rack, you can put it in at 3 different levels. The grates are made out of porcelain coated steel. Both of these pits do have grill lights. The Ironwood is activated when you open up the lid. And the Stealth, you just turn it on with a button at the end of the pit. You have a 20-pound hopper on the Weber Stealth, but it can be a little tricky filling up this pit without spilling a few pellets on the floor. The Traeger, it has a 22-pound hopper and is a little easier to fill. Both of these pits have low fuel sensors, so you'll never run out of pellets during your cook. Plus, they also have pellet dumps so you can change out the wood-type flavor. Or for some of you that live in a high moisture area, it's a lot easier to dump them out for storage so they don't start to swell up. The Stealth has what they call the Weber Connect PID Wi-Fi controller. It has a temperature range of 200 to 600 degrees and can be adjusted in 5-degree increments. Does have a smoke boost, and that temperature fluctuates in between 165 to 200 degrees. On this controller, you can set timers and temp alerts on your meat probes. We have 4 probe ports, and Weber sends you 2 meat probes. I really like this design. I love it that it has a cord wrap because it's great for storage. They even clip together so you can just go ahead and stack them up. The app on the Stealth, it is pretty basic, but it works good. They also have several guided recipes that you can follow along throughout the cook. The Ironwood has the D2 Direct Drive Wi-Fire PID full color touchscreen controller. Yeah, that is a mouthful, but it is a very nice controller. The touchscreen, I don't know if that's a really important feature, but it is kind of cool. The Ironwood has a temperature range of 165 to 500 degrees and can be adjusted in 5-degree increments. This pit has what they call the super smoke mode, and it can only be engaged from 165 up to 225 degrees. Plus, it also has a keep warm mode that runs at around 165 to 195 degrees. This is perfect if you get your cook done a little early, but you need to keep it warm until it's ready to rest. You can also set timers and temp alerts on the Ironwood. You have 2 probe ports, and they send you 2 probes, which are kind of color coordinated. But if you need more than 2, you can go online and order the meter that's built for the Traeger. The app on the Ironwood is a little bit above average, and there's also a bunch of recipes you can follow along with. The Ironwood has a very large side shelf. It also has a very large and heavy-duty bottom shelf where you can store some pellets or other barbecue supplies. It also comes with what they call the pail rails or the pop and lock design. You can purchase accessories like the spice rack, tool hooks, and even a paper towel rack. The really nice thing about this PAL system is you can put these accessories wherever you want. The Weber, it comes with one very small side shelf, but it does have 2 tool hooks. You can also purchase accessories for the Stealth. You can get a front and a bigger side shelf. Neither of these pits have an ash cleanout system for the fire pot, but they both have hidden ash and grease catches. The Traeger has the ash and grease keg. The Weber has an ash and grease drawer. I prefer the Ironwood's catch a little better because it uses a standard grease liner that's easy to find at any box store. The Weber style is a little harder to find because you either buy them online or you have to buy them wherever they sell this style of pit. The Ironwood has 2 locking casters and 2 wagon wheels, and for the most part it moves around pretty decent. The Stealth has 4 rotating casters and 2 of them lock, but this pit, it moves around with ease. The packaging on both of these pits is really good, but Traeger goes that extra mile and even puts a handle inside the bottom of the box so you can flip it on its back a lot easier so you can assemble those legs. Plus, you can even make a little fort for the kids out of the box. Obviously, that's some pretty dang good marketing because you're getting those kids to know the brand when they're young. The assembly on both of these pits takes over an hour with 2 people. These are big and heavy pits, so having that extra hand certainly helps a lot. The boys did say that the Ironwood is a tad easier to put together because it's more of a standard assembly. On the Stealth, they really needed to focus and pay attention to when they were installing the igniter rod into the fire pot. They had to make sure that they were putting that pellet chute on correctly, and even that heat deflector needs to be put in the correct position. The initial startup and burn off on the Traeger Ironwood is pretty much automatic. All you do is fill up the hopper, turn it on, and follow the directions on the controller. Then just sit back and relax and watch that timer, and it even automatically goes into the shutdown cycle. With the Weber Stealth, you have your standard burn off procedure. All you have to do is fill it up with some pellets and set that temperature at 450 degrees and set a timer for 45 minutes. After that, just hold that button in and it'll go into the shutdown mode. During the burn off process on both of these pits, I noticed right away both of them like to smoke. And I would say that they smoke a little bit above the average pellet grill. Both of them do have that rear exhaust design, but the Weber Stealth, it certainly leaks a lot of smoke around that lid. But on the Ironwood, it doesn't leak any smoke because that has a really nice gasket on the lid. When it comes to cooking on these pellet grills, there is a little bit of a difference. The Ironwood, it leans a little bit more towards the low and slow type of cooking. The Stealth, it leans more towards grilling. It certainly helps that the Stealth does get 100 degrees hotter than the Ironwood. Plus, the chamber itself is designed more like a gas grill with flavor bars. One thing that I noticed when I was doing the test cooks on the Stealth, that when I was cooking barbecue, it did seem to be a tad drier. So I would highly suggest that you add a water pan to any barbecue style of cooks. Now, a couple of the test cooks that stand out to me was I did up some spicy spare ribs on that Ironwood, and I'm telling you, the whole bone had a smoke ring. It might be kind of hard to see on film, but trust me, I cannot believe how deep that smoke penetrated on them racks. It also crushed out some epic beef cheeks that we did up for the family on Taco Tuesday. Look at the color that I got on this turkey. If you've never smoked turkey before in your life, what are you waiting for? Poultry is some of the best meat that you can cook in a pellet grill. On the Stealth, I grilled up some red shrimp. Hands down, these were the best that I've ever done in my life on any grill. I smoked a prime brisket, and just take a look at that pink lipstick smoke ring. That is picture perfect. Bonus with the Stealth being able to get up to 600 degrees, I was able to cook up 2 thin crust pizzas in less than 8 minutes. But honestly, all of the test cooks on both of these pits got a passing grade. When it comes to cleanup on the Stealth and the Ironwood, it's pretty much the same. The biggest difference is actually just the cooking components inside that chamber. On the Weber, you have flavor bars, and on the Traeger, you got a drip pan. But like on all pellet grills, after 2 or 3 cooks, you need to get get in that chamber, scrape it down, and vacuum it out. Some of you might be asking, what is my overall opinion on these pits? Honestly, I like them both. I didn't do this video to show you which one was better. I'm just trying to show you the difference in both of these pits. The Stealth, it's great for somebody that does more grilling, but they want to start doing a little bit of low and slow cooking too. The Ironwood, well, it's a Traeger. It's gonna do a good job on both. Both of these pits are great, and it's perfect for somebody that wants to get a little bit more of an updated operating system. They're also great for somebody who enjoys entertaining but needs to feed an army, because both of these pits have a decent amount of cooking space. As far as quality, both of them are very comparable. The one thing that the Traeger has over the Stealth is that it is a little beefier pit, and the controller and app are a little bit more robust. If there's one thing that I could add on both of these pits, it is an ash cleanout system. It's just really nice to be able to clean out that fire pot after every single cook. I hope this video helped you decide which one of these pellet grills fits your cooking style the best. And let us know your thoughts on these grills, or if there's any other comparisons you're interested in us doing. We'll have links on pricing and a more in-depth review on both of these pits in the description below. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video. No knuckles this time because nobody gave me knuckles last time. So now it's kind of like elbow.